All right. Some pretty wild price action here at the opening, guys. All right. Let's see. Still getting a few little settings here. Basically, we are going to be. We got the 15-minute candle starting. Did we take out the previous 4-hour candle? No, we did not take out that previous four. Well, it's almost like you have triple equal highs up here. Like, man, I just don't see how we don't go back up there and whip those 700s. Plus, we got this uncontested 4-hour candle here to the right of us up here at what, 425. So the way we'll play this, below the 21 area here, we will be short bias, and above the 21, we're long bias. Let me look for my next swing level here. And a print here above what, 50, above 20 here. So if we can create like a little candle right above this and just kind of wick into this, definitely will be long bias this morning. We're going to try to at least find one funded trade this morning. Looking for anywhere from 50 plus. So hopefully we can get that nice setup this morning. All right. Dun, dun, dun. One more thing to get set up. Now, why does it constantly do that? Add camera when we have a camera added here. I don't know why it does that. Hmm. For some reason, I cannot add a camera. Not really sure. It did this kind of yesterday on me. Not really sure why it does this. There it goes. All right, let me get all my chats put over here real quick. For some reason. For some reason, my chat's not popping up. Don't know what's going on there. There it goes. What's up, man? How are you doing? We're doing good. Hopefully we're successful on our funded trade this morning. Dude, we don't want to see the breakout. It's almost like we got triple equal highs in at 700, but we're also pre-market, and we still got about 25 more minutes. We are definitely long bias above the 20 level here. So hopefully this thing can just kind of settle down and not have this massive 15-minute candle, because it really makes that opening range trade a little bit tougher whenever you got like a 70, 80 point candle. And that's what we're going to end up with if we end up pushing up to the 700 here to kind of run these equal highs up here. I don't know if that's a wick. No. Maybe not. Maybe there's just a line to kind of show you where it's at. But we did not run that 4-hour candle, which is sitting up there at 425. So that could be a possible target this morning. Or it could just be kind of like a Fibonacci situation where we just pull fib on this whole move for kind of like, if we're just running, what do you want to say, 60 to 70% of this 4-hour candle. Just because the 4-hour candle already broke the previous 4-hour swing. So this is why we're kind of leaning to the upside. So you were making lower highs this morning on your 4-hour candle. So this would be a low of your 4-hour, low of your 4-hour. We make a new high. Then over the next few hours, we make a new low. So if this can never get back above 730, more likely we're going to stay short today. But my short bias is, like I said, is below 620. So anything below 620, we're going to be looking for shorts starting out. I don't really think it matters where you're at in your journey in trading, man. You'll always be constantly learning something new. I try to learn something new. A lot of times I even like it when people come in a chat and share what they're doing, because you never know, that could work for myself or work for somebody else. So that's why I'm always okay with anybody that's willing to share whatever information they want to share. We don't take it to offense if you're sharing information. Like there's a lot of guys last night, they're big on the VIX. So they're big of VIX. So I haven't really learned how to use it, but I know it's kind of like a breakout. At least I think it's working here. I don't know. We'll take a look at it more and more as the day goes along and see what happens here with this VIX. But like I said, kind of new to the VIX. So these squares and stuff that you're looking at are the higher time frames. So I like to look at higher time frames and just kind of see where the highs and lows are at higher time frames. So these are 1-hour charts. These first three right here. And this one on the back end, because I don't really trade at night, but I kind of like to know where the 4-hour candles are at. So these are your 4-hour candles from overnight. And these three individual candles are your 1-hour candle, which at the end, they end up making a 4-hour candle. So this way it still gives you your highs and lows of the higher time frame without moving charts around, especially early in the morning. So when the market is just whipping really fast, it's hard to just look at 3 different charts to see where the 1-hour is, the 4-hour is. So this is what these little squares are. And I like to take my entries off of the 15-minute candle on the 5-minute chart. So this little discolored little square that you see is the 15-minute candle. So this way it allows you to have everything right here if you're kind of using the higher time frame for your entry. And this way you don't have to look at other charts. You don't have to like look to the left, look up, like whatever how many charts you may have on your screen. For anybody that's new here and wondering what all the squares are for. So here's that one orb that I've been seeing a lot on online this recently. Some people were sharing this the other day in the lobby, but I really haven't figured out how to use it. And so what this is the 8 o'clock to 8:15 orb that you probably, I've seen it on TikTok, I've seen it on YouTube, but for some reason, no one ever shares how to trade it. They talk about it, but they don't share how to trade it. And I don't know if I'm just putting it in wrong on YouTube to see how to trade it, because I was just curious, because we've had other people mention it, so I was just curious about it. So I don't know if anybody in here is trading that or not. It's the 8 o'clock to 8:15 orb. I don't know if it's like a break and retest, because if it was a break and retest, it was a winner this morning. So this is the 8 to 8:15 minute 15-minute candle. So I don't know if it's a break retest, because that's similar to what I do with the 9 o'clock 15-minute candle. It's kind of like a break and retest. We had a really nice break and retest yesterday. Like, it was perfect, but I was already long into that, so I didn't take it. So let's see. This would have been yesterday's break and retest. Like, it was pretty. It don't get any prettier than this, because it was nice movement. So here you go. Here's your 9 o'clock to 9:15 candle. Here's your break, and there's your retest right here. And what it is, whenever I'm trading this, most of the time I look for less than 50% of this candle to hold on the retest. This one was really nice. I know some guy in the lobby yesterday took this one, so he took a nice, probably a 70, 80 point winner out of this one yesterday. I didn't take it because I had gotten long here off of this candle yesterday morning. So I had gotten long once we had this big wick on the 5-minute candle. A lot of times you see this big wick with a small body, more likely the very next candle we're going to be pushing up. We ended up taking like 40 points out of this win, but we didn't take this one because a lot of times if I get out of a position, I don't really like to enter like within the next few minutes. But last night we did blow one of our evals in the Asia session. We had one of those so-called Death Swan events here. Most of the time when you're trading Tokyo, you do not picture us selling off 200 points in the Tokyo session. But man, we just dumped like crazy. I was long up here looking for another retest of the midnight candle. Man, this thing just started selling and selling, and I just could not DCA back into it. I just didn't have the capital to DCA back into an eval. So we took an L on the old eval last night. So those have been the last couple trading sessions. Also be aware that this is the day after a bank holiday. So this is a notorious day for chop. So be aware of that. If you see us kind of just chopping around, and on top of us having fairly big movement in the overnight session. So we could just be kind of a choppy mess this morning. So we're going to approach with caution. So what we're going to be looking for this morning is probably 10 points and a runner is going to be the ideal goal today. Just because we're so close to payout, and I'm just trying not to, ruin anything. So where's it at? Right here. So the account that we have the most in is 53,354, and we got to get to $3,600. And once we reach $3,600, we can request $1,000 payout with this account. So we're trying not to do anything too stupid. So that's why I've been trading this account kind of with cautious lately, because it's been a one and done type account for me. So either we take a winner or we take a loser and we don't trade it no more. So somebody's blowing my eardrums out. Oh, that's a methodical man that was blowing my ears out with that loud My Funded Futures commercial. I'm sorry. I just saw that my funded futures short. They got Methodical Man looking buff back there. He looked jacked. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. Oh, that was pretty funny. Oh shoot. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. I don't know if anybody was over on Methodical Man stream. He was showing them my funded futures little commercial or YouTube short or whatever it was. They got him in the background looking all jacked up. The only thing I'm worried about I almost like the shorts better. I almost like the shorts better here because I don't know. I feel like we got this swing point. I do like the fact that we have the 4-hour high up there, but the fact that we're kind of going into that previous day low is kind of nervousing there. A little on the scary side. Let's see how big this candle is. I mean, what is that? Man, it's a 30-point stop loss. About 10 points more than I really like. So the way it's supposed to work, if you're taking the breakout to the upside, your stop loss is supposed to be here at 50% if you're taking the breakout. But I don't think I'm going to take the breakout, the fact that we're going into the previous day low. So we'll just have to kind of just see what kind of momentum we get, because this thing could just wick above it, then just pull back hard on you. So that's probably the only smash or, like dislike that I see with this opening range trade this morning. Remember, we don't have to take a trade on our funded, so we can just be like, eh. We'll just see what happens. You still got about 15 more minutes left. So right now, all of our levels are set. So right now, this is our midnight candle. Below this midnight candle is a hourly swing at the 20 level. So back below this 20 level, we're going to be looking for shorts. I'm assuming above this previous day low, we're going to be looking for longs. But the only thing I hate about is when we're taking trades into that area. You almost want to find support. As you kind of see, everything above this has been really weird where it doesn't make good entries, because it's really hard to enter on these like straight up boner candles like this. So, and I remember last week when we were trading around this prior day low, I was just getting hammered. So it's pretty iffy, and to take that on a funded account. And so our ATM strategy is going to be set up looking for 10 points in a runner. So we used to look for 20 points in a runner, but the closer we got to payout, we downsized it, because I only need like 2 or 3 winners of like $100 to $150. So we're just going to keep up with that and hopefully try to make most of our money off of our runner. Can't really. I almost feel like I'd rather have the breakout and retest this morning, if I had to be honest about this morning. We're also going to be trading gold for anybody that wants to. I'm going to start trading gold regularly. We traded gold last night for the first time on a sim account. We're looking for like $50 little winners here and there. So we were 4 for 4 last night on the gold. That was probably the only good thing from last night after wrecking my eval. What is everyone else looking for this morning? Is everybody looking for long, short, or are y'all just kind of just waiting to see what happens with price action? Good morning. Good morning. Oh. Now, there's some people on this 15-minute orb. What they do is they take the breakouts. So if you watch Methodical Man, he looks for a 2R on the breakout. So he's going to be looking for 60 points. Me, I like to do kind of the breakout retest. I find that to be a little bit more on the safer side than taking the breakouts. That way it gives you a little bit more control of the situation. Because when you're doing breakouts, it's pretty much a straight mechanical trade. So you're just at the mercy of the breakout. And what I've noticed with breakouts, kind of what Methodical Man was dealing with last week, is if you miss like 2 or 3 days of that entry, because a lot of times it's a percentage base. So if you miss like 2 or 3 days and those were the winners, then you come back that 1-2 days a week and it's a loser. So you kind of put yourself in a hole. So you almost have to take that trade every day because it's a percentage win type of strategy. And we also, if you're new here, we also take some of our eval trades off of Rico candles. So we play pullbacks on Ricos. We'll show you real quick. I think I deleted my Rico candles. Here we go. So a lot of times on my evals, we do take Rico candle trades. So a lot of times we wait for either pullbacks. Most of the time I have a 21 EMA running here. So as long as the 21 EMA is intact and we still got a nice trend. So we usually take these with our evals. For anybody that likes to take Rico candles, I don't really take, what's up, Ham? I don't usually take these on stream, but if someone wants to watch us take it on the stream, I'd be willing to pull it over. Like I said, not a big fan here of this previous day low being here. So I'm thinking we're going to have to wait. Even though if it just shoots up like 70, 80 points, we're just going to have to wait because I don't know. It's so difficult unless this can be like a small little, let's just say we don't open up with a lot of volume here. We kind of push up and do a retest of the opening day low. Or if we push that down here, retest the 20, then go back through the opening day low, I may be a fan. But as far as just pushing straight through that opening day low, we're going to stay away from that. And if you do happen to catch along, I would look into possibly running the previous day, this previous 4-hour candle high sitting up there at what, 25, 30 level. And plus you got the previous day close sitting up there. Previous day highs all the way up there in the 900. So alrighty. What do we still got? About 7 minutes left, guys. Hopefully we can knock out our funded trade early and be done pretty much trading fundeds, and we can kind of just switch over to an eval or something later. Right now, our 2 eval accounts are with Bulanox and Luciv. So we're trading a Luciv account, but I'm thinking about saving my Luciv for the gold plays tonight. Ham, what kind of entry are you looking for this morning? You looking for longs or short, or do you not trade the opening? About 5 minutes left here. I don't know how well you can see these light blue lines on my screen either, but this is the 50% of the candle we're sitting at right now. I like the consolidation that we're popping off right here, so that may be a nice sign here. A lot of times if you get that nice like bullish or bearish candle, then the very next set is kind of like a consolidation. So hopefully we get this bump here. What is it? Got less than 5 minutes to go, guys. Less than 5 minutes to go. Like I said, I wouldn't mind kind of seeing a retest of the 2025s here for us to rip back up. I'm going to go and set up my long up here just in case I do like the breakout. So we're going to, right now we're kind of looking for longs to see if we rerun that high of that 4-hour candle. Like I said, we got equal highs sitting up at 700. So we're going to be targeting the equal highs and also the 725s. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. What's up, Jacob? How are you doing? Yeah, but we're trading MNQ, Jacob. It's MNQ. Yeah, micros. Most of our accounts are fairly small accounts, Jacobs. We're trading 50Ks and 50Ks and 25Ks, which is basically roughly what, $1,500 and $3,000. Like I said, previous day low always kind of scares me. But I like the pullback here. The 50%'s holding. You're on 50K. Who are you trading your 50K with, Jacob? All right, less than 2 minutes to go before the opening. Top Step. Okay, nice. I haven't used Top Step in forever. I used to use Top Step, but they were always a little pricey for me, so I stayed away from them in the beginning. And this has been a couple years ago when they used to charge $50 to $100 to buy eval. Man, I want to set my long up here, but man, we're in that previous day. That previous day low is scary. I'm going to wait. Let's just see what the price action does first. 30 seconds left. The safer bet is to wait for the retest. If you feel mechanical, you can take the breakout, but I don't know if I'm feeling that mechanical trade since it's at that opening day low. Yep. Let's see if we get back through there. Like I said, we don't. That short area is my. Glad we didn't take that. Yeah, it's an ugly 5-minute candle here, guys. You got trapped on both sides. What's up, Jenny? How are you doing? Now, if we get below this 20 level, that's kind of my short line here. Got to wait for that 20 level to print. I think you're safer to wait on the 5-minute candle. I know it's kind of tough, but man, like I said, this area is my short line down here. No, I see. We're just trading off support and resistant levels. Here we go. Let's see if we're going to. We're just in between two tough levels. We're at an hourly swing, which is at that 620, and you got the previous day low here at the 670. So you just got whipped on both sides here. They're just trapping both sides at the moment. So you kind of need to wait a little bit. Wow, they trapped on both sides there. So since we kind of made a higher short, or not a low short, but a higher short, I think it's like HL, and we made a new high, broke this. So now we're just going to look for this next 5-minute candle to see if we can retrace into here. This thing's just being dirty. This thing is just trapping tough on both sides. And we still got 2 minutes left for the next 5-minute candle. I'm so glad we stayed away from that. Like I said, I did not like the fact that we were opening to that previous day low there. All right, you got about a minute, 30 seconds left. How have you been, Jenny? Have you still been practicing your trading? Aren't you the one that said you were new to trading last week, Jenny? All right, we got less than 1 minute before our new candle. Be careful right here. We could easily dump back down after running this previous 4-hour candle. man. All right, about to have a new candle. Whew. We're waiting for some kind of pullback right now. That was a very tough entry, guys. Whenever it's whipping both sides like that, that's very tough to do. The target's probably going to be, what, 825? That's up at the Asia high from last night. So like I said, guys, the only thing we can do here is just wait for a pullback to try to find an entry. Previous day open is sitting at what, 13? This is kind of where we were at last night before we dumped off for anybody that was trading last night. That, what, 720, 825 area. So. Just being patient and waiting. We're, like I said, we're still looking for a 10-minute or a 10-point trade with the runner here. We can wait to see what happens at the 825 level. Like I said, that's your Asia high from last night. Remember, most of the times I don't buy breakouts because I don't like getting trapped. I don't know if anybody does that. Like sometimes you buy into these breakouts and you get trapped in positions. So usually if I miss the breakout, I just have to sit here and just wait for some kind of pullback or some kind of retest. What is it? The 420s would be a nice retest here. Or 720s. Uh-oh, sorry. And that would be the top of your 4-hour candle. We're going to have to wait for some kind of pullback, guys. Like I said, it's very risky to enter these trades whenever we go straight up like this, especially on these 5-minute candles, because you could easily get into a big drawdown like pullback. So it makes it very difficult, a little bit more difficult to enter. So we need to create like a new little bull flag if we're going to continue higher, where we got like maybe 2 or 3 candles here, then kind of draw you a trend line and look for the breakout. We also got our previous day high sitting up there at 922. Remember, guys, this thing could easily trace all the way back down, so be careful if you are in a long. Is there anybody in the position right now? Is everybody sitting on the sideline? Just be careful here if you're in your longs. I'm hoping this is our kind of like a little consolidation candle here where we get big wicks and this next candle will give us our breakout. So right now I'd say 56 would be your ideal pullback here. That'd be like your next line in the sand down at 756. You still got about 2.5 more minutes before your new 5-minute candle here. So let's just say if this candle prints, as long as the next candle does not break the, shit, we're already kind of making a low. You don't want to see us break this candle if you're still going to use this candle here. So here's that 56 area that we were talking about. And that's bouncing off the previous day close. A lot of times that'll pay 10 points. Then the next level of bounce is going to be probably that, 25? That would be your 4-hour bounce. There's your 4-hour candle. Woo, are we going to play all the way back to the 15-minute candle? That would be what, 50%? Got 30 seconds left on the 5 minutes. We could get a nice bounce off the 15 minutes. That's kind of what we're waiting to see if we get here. But I'm hoping it's a new 5-minute candle. 2 seconds left. There's the 15 minutes. Looking for this area to hold. As long as that next blue line holds, we're looking for longs out of this area. We just went back into our 15-minute range. Still a lot of time left on this 5-minute candle. I want to see the squeeze here. Come on. I couldn't move my stop loss in time on that one. Damn it. About to get stopped out here. We're still into this long as the 15 minutes hold it up here. We're still long bias as long as we stay above this 21 here, guys. We got a minute left on this 5-minute candle. So we're at our bear bull line here. $20 seconds left on 5-minute candle. Hey man, I feel like I've been on the struggle bus the last few days, guys. Dude, we may just blast that 21. I don't know what it is with that level about being blasted, but man, that happens like so many times. Look at that crap. It don't even give you like an opportunity for entry here. All right, we're getting ready to look for another short. We're below our 21 level. Remember what I said? Below 21, we look for shorts. We're just waiting for a new candle to print. We about 2.5 more minutes left. Try to make sure I'm on the right account here. So that would be kind of like your 50 retest. I'd like to see another candle print and kind of bump against this opening light candle. That way we can look for a possible short off of that. We're trying our best not to get trapped in a position like we did last night. So see if we get the shorts back down to the here. Try a quick 10-point short here. We could get a bounce here at the 25, so be prepared for a bounce. And we're back at that 4-hour low at the 4-hour candle here. So I would think 510s would be your bounce. We'll play it right at the 50 level. Don't know if I'm going to keep enough room. If we can get through this 25s here, we should at least push this 4-hour low here because we're about to have a new 4-hour candle. We got 10 seconds left. So unfortunately, this next candle is probably going to stop us out because this is the end of the 5-minute candle. So it's probably going to have at least a 20 to 40% pullback. It'd be nice if it doesn't, because then we can carry our stop loss to wherever this candle prints. That was the low. I mean, I don't see how we don't pull back, but hell, who knows? 800 bounce, so anticipate a bounce at the, what, 500s? I don't even know how much money I can make on this account. Might have broke the I know with Bullet Knox, I'll have to look it up and see. Right now, we're kind of bouncing off a whole number, which is the 500. What's up, William? How are you doing today? It's hard to believe that we don't get stopped out on this pullback, but all right. Change my micros back down a little bit because we went in heavy with that thing. Oh, this dirty girl's going to sell off now. I still say we move lower here, especially if we get through those 500s. Oh, my goodness. Did get the setup we wanted. So what we wanted to see was actually a retest of this 21. Remember how I said the 21-20 area is my short bias? Anything below that, we're looking for shorts, and anything above it's longs. Is there anybody in a short long right now? Is anybody holding? Like I said, I still feel like we're moving lower. I just feel like we just had to have that little pullback up to the, 50 EMA here. Woo. What do we got? Got 13 seconds, about to have a new candle. Man, we just keep dumping. Wouldn't mind seeing a retest of the 800s here, the 90s. You kind of want to see the 500s hold up here for us to continue back down. So let's see. Your next line in the sand is going to be up there at that 8 or 525. Remember, we're a long ways off our EMAs. They're all the way back up there at 621. So you kind of have to anticipate that big pullback here. Or like a retest of maybe like 568 would be a good retest area. Let's mark that out here. Here's your next 51 EMA. So if you kind of start crossing over here on your Ricos, we're probably going to be a change in directions. Then we can look for a pullback. But I wouldn't consider longs unless you get back above that 68 level. Yeah, if we pop these 60s, you should get a push. It's at 60, 71, 66 area. Woo! Look at that crazy 50-point dump, man. Just out of nowhere. Still kind of short bias at the moment. Everything is still waiting to see if we can print back below the 500 here. So that would be kind of like your 500 bounce back to 525. So you would see if this area would hold to have the push back down. Nope. Like I said, 66 is your long kind of short bias. Let's mark that out and see if we break it. We just hit it. There's your 60 area we just bounced off of. Let's see if that area holds. Nice rejection. Do we have the momentum to get through the 66s here? I mean, I hit it to the T almost. Did I have it marked out right? Yeah. No, I didn't. I had it actually sitting on 68. There's your 66 right there. $66 to the tick. If we can get kind of printed above the 66 here, you should get a little push up here. We got this big gap we can fill in all the way back up here at 661s. It almost makes that midnight candle a magnet. Here we go. Just be careful here, guys. Be careful if you're trying to long here around the 60 area. Maybe we squeeze right here. If we can get above it again, might squeeze here. Hopefully no one's having to battle the 66 level here. Remember, you need to see kind of a print above that 66 level if you're going to consider longs. 66, 67. Oh, look at the pullback. Nice. Nice. Woo. Hopefully that saves somebody. Watch out for that level. Hopefully we can get back up there if you're still in a long here. Still got 3 minutes left on this 5-minute candle, so hopefully you can get a push. So how you come up with those, that's like a super trend kind of indicator. So what it does is it marks out the one, it's based off the 1 hour candle. So anytime you're dealing with higher time frames, you know there's going to be a lot of resistance there. So this is why, you know, say, hey, be careful at that 60 level if you're trying to long into that. Because I like to long into the 60s to the 75s. That's like one of my favorite areas to long, going from like 60 up to 75 or 75 up to the whole number, whatever whole number you're running into, which now is like, what, 600. So I'd like to see a little bitty pullback here. Man, I wouldn't mind seeing us rerun these lows down there. Maybe. Are the bulls going to try to push it? Man, all of my EMAs are just kind of smashed together right now. I just don't know if this is going to be a fake out candle to the downside here. Right now, it's probably best just to be kind of patient on this. Thoughts on the PCG? Is that the price of consent, the price of, what is it, the center of control or whatever that is, point of control? AM right now we're watching the no, I don't guess I know too much about that one. Sorry, MM or Mama. I don't really follow hardly any stocks. Kind of shooting lower here, especially if we break the 500s here. Then kind of create an order block to the downside. We got a swing sitting at the 502s. I got to see if I broke the rules on that last one. I don't know. I don't think I did. I think I'm under that 40% because that big trade that we were in a while ago, we're up like 440 on that big sell off that we had a while ago. AM, we are trading MNQ, which is the micros of the NQ. I am going to start trading gold tonight, though. We started last night with this one setup in gold. We went 4 for 4 last night, so we're up $200 on a sim account. I'm gonna start it tonight on an eval and see how it goes before we decide to use it on a funded account. So right now we got a little buffer on our elusive account. So we got about what, $350 little buffer. Waiting to see what happens with this 400 level, this 500 level. Kind of want to hit the 500, little pullback, retest the 500, and maybe try to short this 500. Don't want it to reject the 90 here. So we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. This way we hit that 75, then hopefully when it dumps. Should be pretty instant. Nice. Almost an instant trade anytime you go from the 90s to the 75s. So now we're kind of anticipating a pull back up to the whole number. May have to re-enter that. If I can get it set up in time. That's normal, 75 to 100 if you're trading off whole numbers. Wow, was that just another fake out? Holy goodness. If we can get back below that 500 level. So what we're doing is we're looking for basically 10 points in runners. Two years, 2.5 years at AM. All right. Another 10 points. We're going to stay around that 10 level, right at the 16 actually on the runner, and see if we can get a little bit more out of this runner here. Because it's still kind of whipping pretty hard right now. 15 is my line in the sand on my runner here. We've already hit the first 10 points. This is just my runner that I have. So we're trying to see if we can finish selling off back down to the 40s or 50s here on the runner. $15 is my line in the sand. Up. Never mind. We blasted up. We hit the 15 pretty hard there. New 5-minute candle. We are on a eval here, guys. Wow, we blasted that 15 level. If we get back below the 500s here, I'm still going to look for shorts. Below 15s, we're still looking for shorts. we go. Come on. Don't really want us back above that 515 area, the one where I had my stop loss at a while ago. You kind of want to see those 515s hold. Nope, could not hold it. Bam. Whew. Did that just trap some folks in? Remember, we're not long bias unless we get it back above 66. AM, this is the 5-minute charts. Just from tons and tons of chart time. I spent a lot of times on charts and just recognizing movement in the market. I mean, you got to think, man, most of the days the market just repeats itself over and over. So just comes from a lot of chart time. Be careful of this 66 level. Remember a while ago I said watch out for the 66, and you can see we rejected. So you would think the second time that we're about to hit this that we would get through it. I like to mainly trade off like support, resistance, and breakouts. Woo, another 66. Let's see. Besides that one little loss we took this morning, it's been an okay morning. We took a really nice short earlier. That's that one that we're up 400, and that's an eval there. How much time we got left on this candle? 2 minutes. That's quite a while. It depends on what company you're trading with. If you're new to trading, I try to just recommend cheap funded or cheap evals, just because some of those companies, they are cheaper up front, but it's like how many those expensive evals are you going to blow before you get to funded? So like evals, it's so easy to blow evals because I feel like you don't have that same emotional attached to those sometimes. But wow, we just blasted that 66 level. Nice. All right, I anticipate some kind of pullback off this 600 here. If we can pull back into like the 70s or 60s, we might be able to look for another long. You said funded next, don't pay full price. Save your money with coupon code. Oh, goodness. I don't ever use funded next. Man, do we want to take the short off of this one level? Because it seems like we reversed a lot off this 26 level. We got 40 seconds left. So that level did reject. So this big orange line that you just saw the rejection on, that is the midnight candle. I haven't been able to catch that midnight candle play because we've just been blasting through it. So we'll see what happens here. We got 20 seconds left. So if we get above that candle, we're going along. We just got to see a print, then a little retouch of that level. The fundeds that I'm trading with range anywhere between 80 to 143. Woo! I think this did some folks dirty at that level, didn't it? That's why you got to wait for that 5-minute candle to print. That's a big old candle there, guys. Dude, did this thing just trap some folks in? That would be insane. That was your 800 bounce. So right here is where you want to see it push back up. Maybe we retest those 50 levels up here. Now, if we go back down here and lose 66, we're going to have to go back short bias. So 66 is, man, got some pretty wild looking candles here. Yeah, we could fill in this big old, this gap left behind here down at the 40s. As long as the 60, 70 area is holding, we can, man, dude, we just blasted those levels again. That could be our long bias right here off of that level. We're just winning with a few micros here on an eval, kind of test the waters here. This is that count that we're up, what, 747 right now. Stop loss has to be down here if you want to write stop loss. They're about to get caught. All right. All right, now it's all shorts, back to shorts since we lost that 60, 63, whatever you want to call it. Dude, I got to start taking shorts off of that midnight candle. That midnight candle has been insane lately. What do we got left on this? Man, we still got a minute, 40 seconds left on this candle. Please, what currency pairs is? This is MNQ, so this would be your NASDAQ. For some reason. Man, this was like pretty much the pretty wild price action we got last night off of these levels. We definitely weren't going to be hold no trade like we did last night, so we ain't going to do that again. So I'd rather just take my loss and move to the next setup here. Man, that was a nasty, nasty dump. Hopefully get a better entry than that. That 66 will be my stop loss. Because that's my line in the sand for the shorts. All right, we already hit those first two. Sorry that happened so fast, guys. I was hoping to get a better entry than what we got, but it just whipped down so fast off of that 66 level. We hit our first 10 points, and this is just what's left over from the runner. I want to say I probably need to be above 43 because we could get a pullback to the 43 here. I couldn't move my stop loss in time. Oh, we hit it right on the dot. All right. When it's whipping like this, guys, this is why we usually try to just take our 10 points and get done. All right, let's see if we get another short off of this. It's around the 35-40 area. Just looking for 10 points in my runner. This thing could easily rip our face back up to the top side, guys. We're just in this 3 micros. And like I said, we're up about $500 or $600 since the count today. So we are being a little on the aggressive side. The dirty old 25 is stopping us from moving down. All right, first 10-point hits. We're still on the runner left. How's this thing? I need to be right above the 34s. 34 is kind of, yeah. Woo. This thing's just whipping us to death. All right, we don't know if we're going to enter that a third time. If it goes, it's just going to have to go without us, guys. We tried to get that kind of that sell-off before it happened. We thought maybe we would run those lows down there at 460s, and it still could go. Either that or we need to wait for a new 5-minute candle here. Well, that's because anytime I'm have like whippy price action, I do that on when I'm running 10 points. So I do go to fairly close to break even just because I'd rather take something than nothing because we're just whipping so hard and we're just kind of in scout mode with our eval. So right now on this account, we're up 676. It's probably just going to go without us. Like I said, I don't really want to enter again. It's just going to go without us. I got another entry, but my entry would have been at 512 that time around. And I understand they look kind of weird on this 5-minute charts, but I am entering my trades off of my Rico candles. So that's why they look kind of weird to you guys. So this is why they look kind of weird when I'm entering, because I'm buying the pullback off of Ricos. And anytime that you're in a trend, most of the time you're going to get your 10 points. It just depends if you're going to catch that big breakout or not. So like a while ago, that's why I was kind of short from here. We got about, 10, 15 points before we had another pullback. Then you would have been short again around here. You would have got another, say, 20 points. Then we could have a possible pullback here. So that's why it looks weird on my 5-minute charts whenever I'm entering them. When it's like I'm halfway up the wick or whatever, because I just have this account mirroring my 5-minute charts. Rico candles work great for like scalping. If you like to do scalping, like look for that 10 points. So like we just got another setup here at the 80s. So it would be right there. You still got the lows. So you still got about 20 points till the lows down here. Then we could possibly push down to the 50s here. That would have been your first retest of the 20. There's your 10 points. Easy peasy with the Rico candles, guys. They just make it so easy with the Ricos. Then you get the big sell-offs like this. You know, every now and you catch these big sell-offs with the Ricos. Comes to 40, 50s. We're going to stay right above the 9 EMA on that candle, which is at the 70s, because we could easily push back up to the 75 here. Kind of getting a little ways away from our candles. Oh. So pullback. Wait, nope. This was the pullback here. See, even though it's only a wick, those are even stronger. If I put the 21 EMA on here, it's much easier to see. Let me show you what the 21. I haven't got to the point where I'm trading this type of stuff with my fundage yet, but with evals, I do this all day. So this is how I entered that last short. So we got our pullback. We kind of pushed above that 9 EMA. This very next candle, see it just kind of just wick off that 9 EMA. So this is why I had my short just sitting down here waiting, because I'm like, all right, we just hit the 9 EMA. All we got to do is just wait for basically the sell-off. So this is why you'll see me placing my orders. And this is how I'm placing them. But you have to wait till we're like in a like trend if you want to be like 100%, if you don't want to be over aggressive. But I don't usually trade these on streams. I just let people know what I'm doing if they wonder why my entries look kind of weird. So basically what it is, I'm signed into both of my accounts on this. So whatever trade I take on my Ricos, it mirrors over here on my 5-minute charts. Because I don't really know a lot of people that trades Ricos. I mean, I know there's some out there. I just don't know how many. See how we already kind of bunched together? This one would be kind of an iffy to take. But see, that was the 50 touch. So I also got the 50 EM on here. So that was this is why sometimes where you're saying if I break this level, we're going back up. So we'll put the next indicator on there, which is the 50 EMA, because this is basically a trend type strategy that we're using. Find it here. So there's your 50 touch, and it goes in order. So this is how you know if you're staying in the trend or not. So the first hit's always your 21, as long as the 9 and 21 stay parallel to each other. Then that next pullbacks is usually up to your 50 EMA. Then once you start breaking that 50 EMA, that's when you just have to let it reset itself and wait for the trend to reset before you can start taking entries again. I've also, this is a good level to watch. I just started watching this level, and this is the midnight candle. This midnight candle has offered big sell-offs from this, because I wasn't short because we've already hit it once. So this was a 4-hour candle. Oh man, I just noticed that was also a 15-minute pullback to the 50 cents. I missed that totally. But sometimes, man, we break it so fast that there's just no way of entering. Ooh, does the 50 EMA hold and we continue selling here? We'll give it a little whirl here. All right, another 10 points. Follow it down. That was another Rico trade. Oh, that one got stopped out. We were following that one fairly close too. And so what we're doing is following the top of the Rico candles. So we're kind of building another little trend here. So if this can hold the 80 level, which it did not, so it kind of printed above the 80 level. You want to see that wick kind of into that 80 level, which I know you can't see it on the 5 minutes, but looking over here, I wanted to see the wick where it just barely touches that 80, then sells back down. I don't think we'll take that one again, though. I think we'll watch for a little bit, because did we run these lows yet? Oh, man, we got equal lows. Is this almost equal lows down there, or is that just a swing? So that's just your swing here, this little purple. And that also ran the previous 4-hour candle. Well, I guess we already ran the previous 4-hour candle. So basically, if you can find 75 holding up, we should push down, because that'll be at the bottom of your 4-hour candle. And see how much time we got left on this. 10 seconds for a new 4. So about to have a new 5-minute candle. For shorts, you want to see that hold up. See where it just hit, but man, back above it. Oof. You want to see that 4-hour candle hold, which it did not. Then your next 4-hour candle was, or hourly candle was sitting right there at 520. Hopefully no one's getting caught in this whips action. So anytime that the market's whipping, I always shoot for 10 points and runners, because a lot of times if you're trying for those bigger moves when this price action is just whipping like this, you'll just get ate up. So some days it's just best to take your profit and move on to the next setup here. I almost wanted to go short again, but I'm just not sure. I mean, we got another entry here. I think we would have got our 10 points. You should have been short from 75. Actually, let's see. I can tell you where entry would have been 74, it looks like. So you'd at least got your 10 points. We'll bring it over and show you. So you would have been short off of this candle here, which it looks like you would have been just got your 10 points and got stopped out. Oh. How's everybody else doing today? Is most of you guys at least break even, small red, small green? How's everybody else's trading going today? Right now, we're just kind of chopping sideways. I know you can't really see it on these charts, but if I'm looking at my other charts, we're just chopping sideways at the moment. Let's see. We still got a minute, 30 seconds left on this 5-minute candle here. So the account that you guys see me take all those trades on, right now we're up 776. This was that big trade that we took from earlier. Remember the big sell-off that we had earlier? That was from that account. I want to say it was this. We got short on this candle here. We did take a small loss at the opening. I wasn't able to move my stop loss in time because I accidentally had a 10-point stop loss. So good day so far. Better on the eval. Like I said, this is the one that you see me taking these entries over and over, is on the eval. All right. What, possible 527 push here? We're almost, our EMAs are almost crossing back over. So EMAs are almost crossing back over. See, I'm crossing. And that would be the first 9 EMA hit. Want to see some kind of pullback here. All right, there's pullback. If we're able to get in long, we're looking for something up to the 550s or 564s. Stop loss goes here. This is a very early crossover. I'm going to stay right below the EMAs here. Oh, don't do me dirty. He knows he wants to go up there and touch those 64 levels, guys. Just got to be patient and wait it. Got to wait her out. Oh, Methodical Man's short. That's what's going on over there. What's up, Car? How are you doing? We're doing good. We're slinging our eval around with the Rico candles. The good old Ricos. Looking for a 50 hit here. One more print candle should get us, knock us out here. There she goes. We trusted the Ricos. There comes your 50 level. And you can just follow it up because you're probably going to get resistance here at the 50 to 64. That is your 21 EMA. For anybody that wanted to see us can trade the old good old Rico candles, look at her blast. And just follow them up as they go. Or you can go back 2 levels, kind of. A lot of times you'll get a little wick on a candle. But I'm expecting some kind of resistance here at the 64s because you got to look. That's where your 21 EMA is. Next level up is going to be your 50. Then it's almost like I want to... What's up, Fish Lips? I almost want to target the 24s up there. All right. We're going to take this thing back to break even and see if we can hit that. Let's see. What am I using? Shoot. 64 something. I'd have to go to figures. If we go to 50s, let's see here. 64.16. Yeah, I usually trade 1 by 1. We have 6 or 7 funded accounts and just 2 evals at the moment. We rotate through our accounts because I've tried copy trading before and that gets you in trouble. It gets you in trouble real quick, copy trading. So what's going to really suck if this freaking candle comes all the way back and stops me out without not taking any points. What do we got left? About to have a new candle, so we need to see a new candle here. Print, little pullback to the 50 at the most, bounce off the 21, then pop. I can give you I'll put in the Discord for you, Fish Lips, like my full setup, like how what indicators I'm using on my Ricos. Oh, is that going to be dirty? Godly, it did. It did me dirty, guys. All right, there's a nice wick. That's good. That's a good sign. This would be our runner, but still, that's still a lot to leave on the table, especially when we're up, what? So what was that? 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 60 points. So we were up, what, 60 points on that. I was trying to get up to that big orange line up there, which is my midnight candle. Now, I would have never done this on a funded account. I always take profit on my funded account. We couldn't let that happen on a funded account. You always have the trend half off the brick size. Yeah, I've just been doing it as they print fish lips. I just wait for a trend line, then just wait and see if that candle pulls back into my 21 EMA and get long on Ricos. Oh, she wants that level, guys. She wants it. She always wants the midnight opening candle. That is something new that I've been following. So here you want to see 88 hold. You don't want to see it back below 88. You want to see a little wick, hit it, bounce. I'm going to at least take 20 points out of this because, like I said, I don't want it to come all the way back and stops me out, and we don't take anything unless a candle. So we'll just take 20 points. If we get stopped out, we get stopped out. That would be another swing. So I'm hoping that's the swing low here off of the 60s. It says the settings are usually a trend size and brick size. Yeah, I know the bricks are what? Almost 30 points long fish lips on these. So usually you got to end up waiting to be super patient. But I also use a pullback indicator on here too, fish lips, where it just kind of color coordinates the candle. Like I said, I'll share it in Discord with you. About 2 years and a half. That just takes a while to get used to, where you really can't to start trading funded accounts. And I'm on a eval. You can't have no emotions trading evals. You either just got to take your loss with your loss. It took me a while to get to where, you know, whatever happens, happens. Losing's part of trading. I don't really approach trading every day thinking that I need to win every single trade. And like I said, that just comes with time. You just got to just risk, you know, how much you're risking. That's usually the key. So like with my fundeds, most of my risk management is usually $120 max on most of my fundeds. So tonight on my eval, we're going to be trading gold. My max loss is going to be $150. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, sorry sometimes if I do miss your chat. I don't do it on purpose. Sometimes I got like 3 chats going, and some chats are sometimes pretty busy, but sometimes they're not that bad. Today's chats aren't that bad. Oh, see, I miss Philip's message. I just finished my trading on NQ. Got in for a short off the 25 SMM for 500. Heck yeah. Nice, Philip. We got some pretty wild movement today. Oh, she wants that 19, guys. It's all day. That midnight candle has been insane lately. Come on. And that thing's almost got equal lows sitting up there, or equal highs. Uh-oh. 55 may get hit right here, guys. There's a swing here at the 50 level. We'll stay right below it just in case it can't get below that swing. There's that swing. There's the 56 push. Oh no. Hold. If at 56 holds. So close. Ooh. If it goes through it again, it's going to hit it, so it doesn't matter this time. So perfect. Perfect. All right, we're going to take what we can, because if this thing comes back down, it's going through that level. It's not going to hold up twice. It won't hold twice. To the tick, 400 points up and down. Yeah, that's been insane. Look at that. Like I said, we're just going to take what we can out of this because it's just chopping around. So I'd rather just take as many points as we can. All right, so we got stopped out of that one for our runner. I don't think that 56 level is going to hold twice, guys. Phillips, we also do TikTok. I just started doing the X, but I haven't even looked. If someone put a message on X, I did not see. Oh, what's up? I'm sorry I missed your message. Someone did send me a text on the X. Sorry for not seeing your message. Fish lips, I still say that 20 gets hit, but last night I got caught in that Black Swan event, big sell-off last night on my eval, and I tried to DCA back in it. We hit max drawdown on our freaking Bewley last night in the Asia market. I mean, how many times do we sell off 200 points in Asia? Hardly ever. The one time that I'm in a short, I couldn't even DCA back in because we sold off so many points. So we ended up blowing our eval in the Asia market last night. And we don't hardly ever blow anything in Asia. So I had to start a new eval today. But we went with the 50K instead of the 25K. And so this is that one that you guys over here see me. Yeah, that drop was just insane. It was insane. Oh, you passed the eval? I almost should have changed, just exited. Oh, you got lucky. Yeah, it was insane last night. But we're on a new funded and we got a good start. We're up almost $900 today. So we've been destroying the eval today. I did have that night. I did catch this nice short here on the fundeds, and we're up 400 today on the funded. So we smashed this trade here because we went in a little like 10 micros today, basically a mini. So we smashed that one. I did take a small loss on my one funded account. Then we got it back. So, but it's only up $44 because I had to make up for the loss. Unfortunately, we got down like 60 or 70 bucks. So I still had a little bit we could risk. Oh, wow. You done passed all your PAs. We're also going to start. We're using mostly micros, but we'll use different size micros. I mean, if you want to use a mini, just put on 10 micros, and that way there's that level that we've been looking for. So you finally hit it. So this big orange line here, I'm not sure what that was. This big orange line here, this range has been insane. This is something I just started watching this week because I saw somebody talk about it on TikTok or YouTube. It is the midnight opening candle. There is so much resistance at that level, and I haven't got to the point where we're really taking it. We've just been watching it. But man, if this thing prints above this level, that's what we're waiting for right here. We got this little print, but the wick just went right through it. I've been waiting all day to see if we can get an entry here. So what do we got left on this candle? 3 minutes, man. We got forever. And it seems like every time it goes through it, it freaking just blasts. Dude, this thing just off, the Rico's just offered another entry. Like, let's see. Where'd you go, Rico's? Right here. So you could have took another long off the Rico candles here. You can see it would have been this candle here. So you kind of pull back, retested the 50 again. You started getting some separation and see this 21 hit right here. That's usually a really strong indicator that we're going to continue higher. It seems like almost every time I see that, we always continue higher, especially if you can get it when they're nice and spread apart. So entry would have been here. And it takes 3 Ricos to make 10 points. For anybody that's interested. Shoot, we may grab this long here. We got 1 minute, 40 seconds left. Do we attempt to trade? We got a new funded. We got one count we haven't really traded off of. Or actually, we could do Apex. We haven't done the Apex. Yeah, but I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I struggle in the Asian market. I'm not gonna lie. I try it. I've only been doing it not that long. So it's kind of a hit and miss for me some days. I don't know if it's because of last night. 667. Oh, that was the percent pullback. But we have been trading it mainly just to try to build our channel, just because it's so hard to build my channel during the New York session, because most people have been watching other people forever. And so it's really tough. And there's so many other streamers on here right now. So we got 30 seconds left. $20 seconds left. Yeah, but we'll be here on the Asia market tonight. No matter what happens. Man, is this thing going to give me some kind of pullback? I really don't want to enter as it's trying to break out to the top here, because we're kind of oversold on the Fibonacci here. We're also at the 15 minutes, which is also that previous day close or previous day low here. I'm going to have to wait because remember, like I said, I don't ever take that first entry into the 90s here. So we'll wait and see what happens with the 90 level first. All right, here's the 90 level. Wow, is this thing just going to... All right, here's the pullback. This would be your second 90 push. What a delay. I got delayed like crap on that. That was pretty crappy. What the crap? I don't know if that has something to do with trade evade or what, but I got delayed on that entry. I'm going to go in kind of close to break even just because I don't like my entry. I should have been long in the 80s. Because I don't like taking it this close to the whole number. I can always re-enter. All right. If we don't get the hit, like I said, I'd rather just... Okay. For some reason, I don't know, because you got to think I'm cross trading. So right now, this Apex account is with Trade of 8, so it delayed my entry. All right. Yeah, I'm almost done trading myself because it's already 11 o'clock. Got a what, minute and a half left on this candle. We can attempt the previous day close here. I don't know if anybody ever takes that or not. How much time we got left? 30 seconds on a new candle. We're going to keep a short lease on this 46 bounce, 45 bounce. This is your previous day close. We got 10 seconds left on this candle. This is just a straight mechanical type trade, Phillips. So it's either 10 points or bust. Hopefully it just doesn't hit this wick. We may miss it. It may just hit that wick sitting here at the what? Let's see. 42. Like I said, this is a straight mechanical trade. Unless we hit that level. That's the one level I didn't know if I should have front run that, because that was your 10 points right there. Dang it. That makes me a little nervous because we just hit our level here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Woof. All right. I was wondering about that because that was that second push. We just got blasted on this one, guys. We'll add at 75 here. And try to bring up our average. I may just take my stop out here, guys. I don't know if I want to hold this to the 75 level. I feel like that we could possibly hit the 75 level and add in. I just got to be careful. Holy goodness. The one day I take that freaking trade, we hardly ever take it either. We haven't taken that in a while. The one day we take it, this thing decides it wants to shoot through it by 30, 40 points. All right, we got one more ad at 800, then that'll have to be our last ad. If we touch the 50 level, if it gives me out at the 50, we will go to break even. No, damn it. I thought that would at least get us down to the 50s. Do a little 50 retest because that would be what, 75. So I'd like to see a 50 retest here. Yeah, we're going to wait. I still got one more ad that I'm willing to do up at the 800 level part. Man, I had a feeling once it went up there and hit that first wick and bounced back 10 points, I knew that was going to be a big mistake trying to shoot that again because it offered that 10 points off of that 42 level. We're just trying to get out of this trade with either a break even or hit our 10 points down there. All right. That's just where it's going to have to stay. Oh no, it didn't let me set it. Shit. Oh, I couldn't drop it in time. Oh, that's going to be dirty. Damn it. We hit that previous day close. Unfortunately, we're probably going to bounce back up off of that. Oh, it whipped up so fast. I almost want to just close this since we're at break even. All right, we'll get out of that. Okay, let me just manually close it instead of trying to drop it. We hit right back off that previous day close there at what? 46. So, woof. Scurry. I thought I was going to have to sit through a bunch of drawdown. You got to think that was on a funded account too, so we were trying to be super careful. And this thing's going to skyrocket back up here. Let's see if we can get a... This is just 3 micros, Anthony. So we don't trade. We try not to stay out of the heavy trading if we can't help it. What's up, Clarity? Don't. My runner's about to get stopped. Yep, runner just got stopped. Okay. We're done trying that with the funded, so we gave it 2 tries. Unfortunately, we did get stuck in a previous day close. The previous day close worked on the backside. Look at that nice bounce off the 56 there. It just did not work. Like I said, I knew it was not going to work. Is once it pulled up, hit this wick, pull back 10 points, and I left it on there. That's usually a big no-no. Oh, yeah, it's been a pretty wild day. So... But it's been a good day. We've been pretty aggressive for most of the day. So just wait for the reversal. Our pullback. So The eval, we've been super aggressive in. We're up 889. That's that one that you guys, no, I mainly do that scalping on evals, man. I'm not going to lie. Most of my scalping is on evals off the Rico candles. Kind of what I've been showing you guys a while ago. Funded accounts, most of the time we're looking for setups, like off some kind of support and resistance. That's kind of what we took this morning with this big move, because we took like 60 or 70 points. This was a really big move this morning. This was the account that we were just trading. This one with $71. That was that one I was just sitting in drawdown with. And this one right here was from last night because we were trading gold. But the ones that you guys constantly see me take entries in, those are evals. And I only do those on evals where we're just constantly taking entries. And I'm kind of iffy about even taking those on the stream because I feel bad if sometimes people follow those and they don't work out, especially if you're trading with an expensive eval. Because I know some of those evals are like, you know, 60 to $100. And that's a lot. Wasn't sure if my sound was working on that X. The delay on X is insane. What are hard to pass? Anthony, I'm sorry. It really depends on how you're trading. You got to think most of my trades that you see me enter are mostly somewhere between 2 to 5 micros. I did go in 10 micros once or twice today, but that's very rare. So as right now, we're still looking for a really nice trade on our Bewley account here because we're about, what, $218 away from a $1,000 payout. So this is the only account really anywhere close to a payout. The rest of them I at least need $1,000 or more. But I've been trading these accounts for a while because we trade small. Yes, this is the MNQ. It's not the NQ. So we're trading on micros. Sometimes I will put like 10 micros on, which is a mini, but I don't usually ever trade minis. I prefer like leveling off. So I like to take profit like at 10, 15, or 20 points most days. I know if I trade minis with these 25Ks or even these 50Ks, I would just get wrecked on any time that I get stuck in a trade. So like a while ago, if that didn't come back and stop me out, and if I was on a mini, I would have been just wrecked completely with the mini, especially if you're trading multiple minis. The minis will destroy your day if you don't have a big enough account, and you'd be like, oh, I'm done with this crap. But there's plenty of money to make with micros because the NASDAQ has such big moves. Eventually, I am going to start taking some trades off of this previous midnight candle because, man, it seems like this thing has just been freaking paying the bills. I don't see how we don't run this previous day open here at the 813's previous day high. How was your day, Clarity? You finished green mostly? Dude, I think Clarity, we took most of our trades off Rico candles today. The Ricos, what time is it here? 10:30. Shoot, it's about time. Usually I'm trading within the higher time frames as far as support and resistance goes. So we're using the higher time frames as far as like levels and stuff, like where we're taking our trades to. Except for this morning, this trade, I didn't get short until after we broke below the midnight candle. And we also had a super trend, which is basically your hourly candle break this morning. But unfortunately, we kind of just blasted through it. So I got short. This is probably the only funded trade we took today that was like with a lot of points, because we took this whole trade down here for like 60 or 70 points. Oh, that's you said you blew a take profit trader eval with only had 200 drawdown left. Oof. That's not a lot in drawdown left. I mean, I guess if you throw one micro on, but it's usually taking trades outside of the 15-minute candles, usually in the morning. We actually had another setup here, but I didn't take it because I wasn't really watching it, because I was actually looking for longs. Would have been this move here. So this would have been a short setup if you know, because sometimes you don't just see them when they happen. Sometimes you just miss them. So if you pull fib from top to bottom, and you got a nice 50% pullback on this fib this morning into your opening 15-minute candle that we look for our entries. Unfortunately, I wasn't looking for this because I was looking for longs, because after we had this massive big like boner candle to the top side, so I was like looking for longs, and so we missed this trade completely. So unfortunately, some days you just don't catch them all. But that would have been your funded setup today. We also got the same entry yesterday. This almost happens every day. It's just the fact that if you can catch it or not, because sometimes you're not watching for it. Yeah, and plus it made the W pattern. It almost happens every day. So this was the W, like you were saying, the W pattern with the fib, 50% pullback into our opening 15-minute candle from 9 o'clock to 9:15. So this is the one that I like to get, but for some reason I was kind of long biased this morning after having this big boner candle to the top side. And unfortunately, we missed it yesterday because we were in a long, and I had just got out of my long, so I didn't take it yesterday either. So yesterday's entry was right here. So like I said, this almost happens every single day. So top of the leg, the bottom of the leg, 50 to 60% pullback into your 15-minute candle. No, we don't copy trade. If you can look for this setup every day, I want to say not every day, but for Jordy, at least 3 times a week that you get this setup. So you got a higher low, you got a low, and then you got a 50 to 60% pullback if you pull fib into your 15-minute opening candle. And that would be your short, and you would have had your entry. Actually, I want to say this is that big move that Solo took yesterday, Fish Lips. So Solo took this trade yesterday because he's like, I'm in the short, and he took it all the way down to here. Wow, I cannot believe that thing did not run those highs up there at the 813s. This thing just trapped people so hard. That is no clarity. We don't do copy trading. I haven't done that in a while. That usually don't work out very well for me. So I'd rather just trade them individually. I just started working on my elusive eval. We're up 350 so far on our elusive eval. What is that? What is that on the The inversions, is that what that is? Are they inverted? Inverted? Let's see. Oh, time frame. 5 minutes. Oh, my watch didn't charge. Come on, man. That was dirty. Oops. For some reason, I had to charge my watch and it didn't charge. Man, is that thing broken? That sucks. That thing's been charging all morning. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I copy trade here. Is there anybody in position now? Is anybody trapped in a long or short? If so, it happens. We all kind of get trapped in those trades sometimes, guys. So it's never perfect. It looks like we're trying to roll back over. I didn't know if we would make our way, like if we get through the 700s, if we'd at least make our way back down to the 70s, or we can pull fib on this and just see what kind of pullback that we would get here. Let's see here. The 50% is all the way back down at 625. Then you got the previous day low, so I don't see how we don't touch the 70s here. Are you in a short right now? It says if the breakout wouldn't have happened, I would have been in short from the top. I think you're okay, man. I'm not sure how much drawdown you got. As long as the 70 area holds, I think you're fine. But if we start losing those 70s, the 50% of this leg pullback, so that would be your first line of defense, would be that 70. Then through that, I'd be like, E. Where was your entry at? At the top up here? Buyers in the building. $787. So it may get back up there. This may be our swing point here. So pull back 20% of the leg. Then let's just see if we get the breakout here to the upside. I'm going to wait. I may try to jump in along with you, but I have to wait and see if it gets through that previous day close at 46. Woo, trading 3 minis. Nice. That is insane, dude. Me, I'm 3 micro deep over here, man. 23 minis. How large is your account? Man, you got to have a good size account to trade 3 minis. All right, here's that previous day. All right, let's see if we can get a little pullback here on the Rico candles. You're looking good so far, man. Looking good. So that's your first 75 hit. A lot of times you want to see that pull back to, say, the 50 level. A lot of times you'll hit, if you hit the whole numbers. So that's your first 75. Come on. Didn't get the wick. Wanted to see the wick. Eh. Didn't quite get the pullback we're looking for. We want to see the pullback kind of back into the 50 level. I like to see it touch the 50 the previous day closed, then drop our entry. All right, that's the pullback we were looking for. Now you want to see this area hold up here, and it should rip here. That is not the ripping action we wanted to see. All right. L perfect O on that one. Just had to wait for the pullback. Oh, we're still bouncing out of those freaking levels up there. Let me see if I can hold on to my runner here. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to hold it. A lot of resistance up there around that 80, 90 level here. Oh, no, a runner's about to get stopped out. That 62 level is kind of the line in the sand there. What's up, Solo? Dude, did you catch that big retest of the 15 minutes today? Like yesterday? Almost similar to the same setup you took yesterday morning. If we push down this time, we're probably going back down to probably into the 40s. If we break this and push back down through here, you're going to the 40s. All right, another pullback here, another 5-minute candle. Oh no, we got to play with a stop loss, Solo. There's your 40 pullback. That's what I was saying. Like if it stops us out, it's going back down to the 40s there. Next level of defense is there at the 39. So 39 holds, we should get a push back up. Shoot, it's already, I got to head out here in a little bit, guys. Come on. We get this bad boy to print right here. We're going to go long again. Those previous day open is calling our name up there. Oh yeah, insane movement today, guys. Insane. We start losing that 39, we could be rolling back over. So you kind of need this area right here to hold. It's close. All right, that should probably get us tagged in. See if it's, nope, didn't print. Still waiting. We haven't got a print yet, guys. Maybe. This has been kind of a little battle up through here. I just hope the very next candle we enter on is not like crazy choppy. What's up, Outer? We're about 20 minutes away from the lunch hour. All right, this should get us a print here. A little bit more. Oh, he knows he wants the 75. We always want to touch the 75. That's like Fish Lips' buddy up there. Come on. Fish Lips' buddy sitting at the 75. Where are we? We're up almost $900 in this account today, so we got plenty of drawdown, guys. Plenty of drawdown. Let's see here. Long as the 46. Oh, no. That's nasty there. That doesn't look good. We're about to lose my level. Yep, just lost my level. 41 is my sell level. Yep, we're probably going to get stopped out here. I'm not going to hold this short, so I'd rather just get stopped out and look for another entry because we're about to, I actually have got a sell order. Like if I was shorting this, that 41 would be kind of like your short area if possible. Nope, it's not going to hold. No. And I'm not going to try to DCA back into this. What's up, CS? We do, but it's listed under, we're about to get stopped out. It's listed under Husk 45. Because a lot of people don't buy end of day accounts. So I don't ever you can't have two on the same thing. It's under Husk 45 because a lot of people don't really use that because I don't know too many people that buy those like 45% off end-of-day accounts. I'm not even sure how much those things cost. I don't think I've ever looked at them. All right, guys, that's going to have to be my last trade of the day. Unfortunately, we lost a little bit on that one. I was hoping that we could get it above $1,000 today, but that did not happen. No, you can't have both. You can't have both names on the same account. They have to be different because the way Bulinox works. So, I mean, you can pick your own discount, but like I said, you can't have it on multiple accounts. So, oh, that was so dirty, Solo. Oh, did that thing just rip back up or not? Come on. I'm not going to re-enter that crap. We're just going to settle where we're at today. So, right now we're just kind of making lower highs on my one Rico charts here. So, what did that push to? The 25? Man, it did. It pushed right there back to the 25 fish lips. Come on. I know the 25 just paid, what, 50 points, 25 points there? Like I said, we have to be done today. That was the last of it. Yeah, we're just kind of chopping. It's lunchtime, so a lot of times I don't even like taking trades at this time of the day. Yeah, no doubt. Lunchtime trading, man, you get wrecked. You get that type of price action where you're just chopping around so much that... Yeah, we'll be back for Tokyo session. Hopefully tonight we won't get stuck in one of those black swan events like we did last night. So... Man, I can't remember the last time we blew up an account in freaking the Tokyo session. It's been a while. Unless you're just full porting. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you guys all for watching today. Hopefully it wasn't too bad for you guys today. If, hopefully you got out of your entry. Did you get out of your 87 or are you still holding that? No. Yeah. You almost got another push up there because someone was holding 3 minis in that 87 range. So. Remember, guys, most of our trades are 3 micros. So this way we don't get ourselves in trouble. Oh, yeah. I'd rather take my loss with my 3 micros and move to the next trade. Because like I said, from my experience in the past, anytime I try to trade with minis, I just end up just getting destroyed. Because all it takes is one bad trade like that while ago. So if you took, 30 points of drawdown with a mini, it will just wreck your day. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. And we will be back tonight for Tokyo session.